Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. Seems a lot of you are still having trouble with these Stopcocks. Murder, aren't they? And you go to turn the water off in the cupboard, whatever the reasons for, to do a job at home normally, or even an emergency, and you finally go to try it and find that you can't turn it, it won't budge an inch. What the heck you're gonna do? Let's look at it, shall we? Well, first of all, let's take a look inside the Stopcock, shall we? This one obviously has got nothing wrong with it. It's an old one, but it's got nought wrong. But I'll unscrew it so that you can see exactly how the thing works inside. I've taken it off. Don't do this, by the way. You'll flood the house out, turn it off out the front. Now, one of the first things you could do if you've got a Stopcock actually that is not working is buy a complete Stopcock and see if the handle of the new one fits in that body. Save you a lot of time and a lot of messing around, but quite often, unfortunately, they don't have the same threads. This thread's always different, so they don't fit, but it's worth a go because they're very cheap to buy, Stopcocks. So what happens with a Stopcock is when you turn this one's obviously free, you can see that that closes down on the seat of the tap. Now, as you can see, there is a thread there. You can see it there. I'll push it right out so it comes right out clear. And there we have it. It's right out of the whole thing now. And that thread there gets silted up. Kind of got lime scale on it. If you live in a hard water area, especially, you're going to find that lime builds up on the actual thread of the thing and it doesn't work. Now, one of the things you should always do with your Stopcock, once a year at least, maybe twice, just give it a turn. Just turn that handle down and back again, all the way from the top to the finish, just to keep it clear. And also, when it reaches the end and it won't go anymore, just turn it back about half a turn, okay? And that'll make sure that a little bit of thread's clear and it won't lime scale up to the very end stop, because that's when it gets a bite on it, it won't move. So you can see that now. All you've got sitting outside the tap is this packing gland nut, and all we can help do to try and release the tap handle is to undo this. So there's our Stopcock in place and it's seized up, you can't turn it. One thing that does help is we can undo this part here. It's called the packing gland, okay? And you get a spanner. I've got an adjustable, you can get the right size one if you want. And we literally put this thing on here and turn it like that. So I've made it loose deliberately just to show you. And if you undo this, then you can pull that right off up the thread like that. Now, it may drip a bit when you do that. It's quite normal. Don't worry about it, because when you do it back up again, it will seal. And if it doesn't, then all you need to do is wrap a little bit of PTFE tape inside there, just string a bit out and poke it back in before you screw that in, and it will stop the leak, alright, if it doesn't take up. Normally it does. A lot of times it comes out and it's like that. Now, there's several ways of doing this. Now, the wrong way is to get a pair of these, for instance, put it on the handle and try and turn it. I know it's easier to do it like that and then try and turn it back and try and turn it back, but what you might find happen is that this handle shears off the end of that. It can be so tight that it can actually break off. So unless it actually gives on that first little bit of turn like that, then it's worth trying a bit more. And what you're doing is kind of easing it down a bit at a time. So the next hard bit, then turn it back. The next hard bit, like that, then turn it back until you get that tap moving right down to the end. But obviously it is a risk with breaking the top off. But then again, if it's not working, you're going to have to renew it anyway, aren't you? So I'm just going to screw that in a couple of threads like that and just get it out of the way. And these are very handy if you've got a good quality pair like Record or something like that, and you can get it on there and grip that piece of brass there and turn it with those, because then you're not going to break that handle off. I mean, other tools you can try, of course, are these types of things. Again, you can get a grip on there in the round part, and that does get a really good grip, and turn it up and down like so with that, as you can see. Let's undo it for you, and at least if you've got hold of that, you can then try and get some WD down there. You know, because some of these jumpers are loose and come right out, and you may be able to get some in there, or soak your whole thing in vinegar or what have you overnight in a container, and that quite often loosens them up as well. That's if you want to get the body right out, but do remember, say, to turn the water main off out the front first. And when you do undo this, there will be some water there, be dead water that will come out of the pipe. Make sure you've got receptacles under it, also old towels and things like that, because you will get water there, okay? But once it levels off, that will be it if your stopcock outside is working okay, which hopefully yes. But that's another way. Take the whole thing out, lay it in vinegar overnight, or any other substance you like that's good at cleaning, and then put it back in. Right, so that's it with stopcocks. Hope we get a fix for you there. And all my stuff, the usual place to go, Derriton 33. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.